Okay, so first up, which we talked about last time, this is going to be Beast in Black, Blind and Frozen. Now, this is the official video. Oh man, okay, we need to give Milo some treats, and I need to sing some Mozart for you. Don't let me forget that, guys, please. But wow. This is like a full head voice more than a lot. And it's different from guys like, we listen to a lot of Marco. We listen to some Bruce Dickinson. We listen to Michael Kiske. And those guys have that full belty, fully connected chest sound. This is disconnecting the chest voice enough to make sure that you can keep like that highness in the sound, height in the sound with while there's so much depth and color in it, though. That's the impressive part. Because, we listen to singers from the lead singer of Greta Van Fleet, right? Really, really cool, high, pure sound. And there's color in it. There's a lot of color, but we don't get as much depth. But his name is Yannis. Yeah. Yannis has that fully supported head voice sound, like all of those other power tenors we hear. But it just doesn't have that low chest quality in it. Countertenor range, I think countertenor is a little higher than this. If we're talking purely about, the operatic definition of countertenor, which would be able to sit higher, because this is a more pressurized and more it's a more pressurized and has a larger sound profile than a lot of the countertenor singers, and that countertenor sound is lighter and is therefore able to kind of get higher because it's lighter. But that being said, Yannis Papadopoulos. Yannis, I think that's not how you spell his last name, is it? Good afternoon, Starkey. This voice is like pure reinforced head voice without any of that color, which creates this really cool, biting, cutting sound, which is perfect for this kind of music. I love it. Is it possible to guess his range based on this disconnected passage we heard? Yeah, no, I mean, when I'm talking about a countertenor, generally countertenor's range is being higher. That's just based on like the amount of pressure I hear him using. I'm sure, I would be surprised to hear how high he could sing. This is all based on kind of the register I've heard him using in the last, minute and a half, 2 minutes, whatever. So I could be wrong. I think that goes without saying. Everything I say here, I could be wrong. This is just what I'm hearing. Definitely, I mean, yeah. That's all I have to say. So I closed my eyes. Sorry to cut off in the middle of the chorus, but I closed my eyes. And I'm trying to listen to what I hear, and what I am biased to hear in a voice like this. And I hear a female voice, right? But then when we go into the chorus, he doesn't really go up in range, but he adds a lot more chest timbre. That's where my mind is like blown out of the water. Because he can keep this really light, high sound, which is not as low and deep in sonic profile. And then when he wants to, it's just like the trapdoor opens and we get all this chest voice sound coming up. And that requires a really, really in-depth understanding of how the airflow needs to work. You know, a little bit of a slimmer and easier airflow to get that higher light sound. And that all comes down the body. And then to open up for those chest voice notes, it literally will feel like he's getting more vibrations in the chest. And that's what that would feel like to get that belting sound. And that also requires just another type of air compression, like more muscle and maintaining that slim airflow. It's just really cool, subtle shifts in the technique. I'll back up a little bit, get that intro to the chorus to not give anyone musical blue balls. Close your eyes. So sick. He brings all that power up there if he wants to. So now we're getting that same high range, but now it sounds like, you know, a really high power tenor like we were talking about those guys earlier. The really impressive thing still being that ability to just pull back and just keep a pure supported head voice instead of getting that whole connected sound. Compartmentalizing the voice for the sake of timbre for what he's singing. Awesome. Eric Adams, yeah. I love Eric Adams. There, keychain.
I was wrong, I can tell, for the heart can be blind and frozen. Now I live with the pain every night, every day, as I read those letters you wrote me. Gotta make
So in a voice like this, less is more, right? Less is definitely more. Jane, I agree. When this song first came on, I was like, I felt the same way. I was like, why isn't the female vocalist shown in this video? I was like, what is, no. But when you hear his actual singing, you kind of hone in on his singing, the way he accesses that really pure, high, awesome, like supported head voice sound, it's through ease in the breath. It's through easy onsets. Every onset he has is very well finessed. It's always balanced through the breath and not through just going because if you do that, you're gonna die. Like that would never work. Yannis, beautiful. Beast in Black, Blind and Frozen. What an awesome way to kick off the stream. I am hyped right now. I am so hyped. All right. The next one, guys.